yes, no, and yes, uh-oh. Those are the answers to the next 3 questions. Did inflation cool down again in January? Yes. Is it as much as economists were expecting? No. And because of that, does that mean the Federal Reserve is probably going to wait to cut interest rates? Most likely, yes. So, uh-oh. Now, before I fully explain what all of that means for you and your wallet, I want to thank my subscribers for voting for this story as the bonus this week. If you want to vote too, you can subscribe to my page during my next live event, which is tomorrow night on Wednesday night, or you can follow these steps and you can subscribe right now. Okay, so here's what's happening. Today, the government released the Consumer Price Index report for the month of January. It found inflation was up 3.1% between January 2024 and January 2023. So it's true that is nowhere near the Fed's goal of 2% inflation, but it's also true that it's significantly down from the peak in June of 2022 when inflation was at 9.1%. And remember, a decreasing inflation number does not mean items are getting cheaper. It just means prices for those items are increasing at a slower pace. The Federal Reserve's goal is not to have prices go down. In fact, prices going down could actually be a sign that the economy is in trouble. Instead, the Fed's goal is to have prices increase by only 2% every year. So a number like 3.1% is sure better than before, but it's still a problem. And that problem is what you're feeling in your pocketbook. So where are the issues? Generally, food is still up more than 2.5% from last year, and eating at restaurants is up more than 5% over last year. Shelter costs, like your rent, generally are up 6% over last year. But this is one that's going to hit you too. Insurance for your vehicle is up more than 20.5% from January of 2023. Now, some of the bright spots where inflation is coming down: gasoline for your car was down almost 6.5% from January of 2023. Natural gas for your home was down almost 18%, and health insurance was down more than 23% from last year. Now, while the Federal Reserve will likely see 3.1% year-over-year inflation as an improvement, a step in the right direction, they probably won't see it as enough of an improvement to start cutting interest rates, which is what we've all been waiting for. Late last year, I reported the Fed chair was predicting if all went according to plan and inflation cooled off enough, they could start cutting interest rates by March of this year, like next month. But with a report like this coming in hotter than expected, that March interest rate cut will almost certainly be scrapped. And the market and most economists are now predicting we probably won't start seeing interest rate cuts until the Fed's summer meetings. So what does that mean for all of us? It means the cost to borrow money will continue to be high. It means your credit card rates, your new personal and business loan rates, your new car loans, and even your new mortgage rates will probably continue to be high until the Fed sees inflation going enough in the right direction. The Federal Reserve will make a decision on interest rates when they meet again in mid-March.